Hi, figure collectors! Happy fall, happy September, happy pumpkin spice latte. I'm back with another figure haul, and it hasn't been that long since I posted. And technically, Lucario, sitting back over here, is part of that haul. But I was so excited to get that video out because life-size plushes you don't come by too often. But that I will say, just already going ahead, this is probably my only um, impulse purchase this recent month or so. But anyways, I have a lot of cool things in the mail that came in. Honestly, all of the purchases and charges and shipment notices all came in like 1 week. So kind of a nightmare, but because I have a lot of things, but I'm excited to have them. But thinking about all of that stuff, it gets me thinking about how I struggled in college with all of loving figure collecting and getting into it. And now I'm an adult who makes choices with money and hopefully not credit. But I have a lot of reminiscing feelings about fall and this time. But I'm so excited and fortunate to have all of these things. I got a lot of figures, and they're from different places. So we're gonna start with one place and get to the next place. So our first, our first stop for our figure journey today, for our, what is it, August figure haul is Amazon Japan. So here is Amazon Japan. There's not really a specific label for this box, but we're gonna just kind of judge some of our boxes today to see how well we were packed and shipped. And then I also noticed you can kind of tell if you look real closely. Might zoom in here. There's some Japanese on the side of the box, but otherwise this box is fairly normal for Amazon Japan. And then I guess, more information, getting people comfortable with what service they use for. This is what it looks like for an Amazon Japan figure purchase. It's pretty much the same for every figure. Um, there's not that much packaging in here, but it got here safely, so that's what matters the most. So if this is something that you're like, they're not packaging enough, there's not enough filler in here, here's at least you know. So, whoa. Right, so we got our typical box. You're not gonna see too much with this box because there's no windows. This is a bunny freeing figure, as you might be able to tell. And this is probably the most seasonal figure I'm going to have. Very in-season figure, that's what I mean. This is from, get all this stuff out of the way. This is from Higurashi When They Cry Go, and it is Rena Ryugu. Hopefully I said that right. Probably not. It's been a real while since I've watched this show, but it is my favorite character. I just know her as Rena. And she's quarter scale. And this one, again, came from Amazon Japan. I'm so excited to have her. And she looks real good. So excited to have this one. Bunnies, they definitely fly off the shelves a little bit. And once they're out, and they become bear-like versions, which some of them are good and some of them are bad. So, or some of them are decent, you know. There's definitely in-betweens, but I typically don't prefer the bare legs too often. But this one, I really like this. So I feel like they're changing up their algorithm here for bunnies. So this one has the boots from the anime. She gets her stockings, and then it goes to the spider web leggings. So I really like that. And then She has her meat cleaver as her weapon here. But it's funny, I was looking up some information about her and she's she's not looking 13. I mean, this show is pretty crazy. It's very horror. I think the last season of like Go was very suspenseful and opened up the world so we got to know more about it. So really excited to have her. Loving that it's here for Halloween to me. I might need to binge watch the whole thing just to kind of get in the mood. So for information, this costed me 27,000 yen. I mean, that's around retail. And this, because it wasn't a haul or just it was one figure, I shipped it alone. It was 3,700 yen for that. I think it's DHL shipping. So it got here within a few days. Honestly, it was so fast. So that's the one thing I like about Amazon Japan is they ship fast, and it's because of that DHL shipping. So very excited to have her. Look out for just that simple review that I like to do. And so yeah. Okay, so here is our next purchase, and it is from Big Bad Toy Store. Such a cool shop. American, US shop. Really good if you want to just buy locally, local distributor, very official. And I noticed that they shipped this to me in a really cool logoed box. So here's the shipping label, but you definitely know it's Big Bad Toy Store. So thought that was worth noting here in the video. This was kind of hard for me to get originally because it's the set, and I got a similar same series figure in the last haul, so I'm excited to have this. But considering this is one figure, it's kind of a big box. So let's go and look inside. And I guess for reference, for if you feel like the packing is, you want to make sure that wherever you buy does a good job of that. Here's what that would look like for Big Bad Toy Store. So really good packaging. Uses a little different. Some air bubbles here. Okay, so here we go, out of the box. So this is from Flair, and Flair to me sells out a lot. So took me a while to get this, but it released not that long ago. So because this came from the US distributor, it came much later, but originally in Japan it was released July 13th. And so this one, just for the big set, this costs for retail 26,000 yen. But from where I bought it from, it was $326 with $4 flat shipping. So, and then with tax. So probably around $350. And it's always worth noting that at the time of pre-orders for US distributors that they've already adjusted the prices for the current conversion rate of Japanese to USD at the time. So actually at this moment, the conversion is a lot better if you buy it in yen now. So at the time, things were really expensive. So especially with COVID and shipping and all that, I will say that I've noticed that as a collector. So if I were to go back, I probably would see if a Japanese store had this in stock and probably buy it from them. And it's just kind of the roll of the dice when it comes to buying now versus later versus US distributor versus Japanese store. So I will say that. But I'm really excited to have it. It was sold out not that long because I wasn't looking at this. It was kind of my fault. So this is Gwendolyn, and I actually have her, but I didn't want to fuss too much about this set. So this is Gwendolyn and the Mori's Catering Service set. So it does come with, if you're looking at it, does come with Mori himself and the table set, and it does come with the vegetables, the mandragoras as they are called. So pretty much you'll know these characters, and I'll just kind of flip the box around. You'll see a 360 of the box that It does come with these vegetables, like a carrot, so carrot tier, onion, like a little habanero, turny, the turnip, all these magic ingredients that you make potions with, and you can fight in the show of Odin Sphere, or the show, the game. And so I'm really excited to have it. I think the only thing I'm missing from here now is Mercedes. So I hope to get her when I have the money, of course. So this was kind of a surprise charge, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, oh god, this was a lot of money considering 350. And I feel like I could have gotten away with a better conversion rate. So really excited to have it. This is a lot of room. This is a lot of horizontal room. The display is going to be amazing when I get them out and kind of preview these for you guys, but this is a lot of space, I'm not gonna lie. So I think for a lot of figure collectors, it is something to worth that this noting that space. This is a lot of horizontal space. So, but a great scene nonetheless. Okay, so as I'll reiterate, my main place for figures that I purchase from is Hobby Search. I feel like they're a lot more flexible with cancellations, and I am not the most responsible person. So I really am fortunate to have some flexibility in it, but I usually try and keep with my orders. So, and I think their point system is a little bit better. And then also if I need to delay some time. Anyways, it just comes down to the flexibility of the company. So not really a great thing to do, but it is something that happens sometimes. So I definitely come from that place of, if I don't have enough money, I might have to cancel, but you never know. It's all about budgeting and planning. So anyways, Hobby Search. Really excited. Got like 5-6 figures in here. So this is where the haul really comes in. And then for anyone who cares, Hobby Search does do a very similar packing to AmiAmi. Notably, AmiAmi has a lot of packaging, which makes the box bigger, and sometimes you kind of wonder, should I be paying for this much shipping if there's so much packing? And that's really up to anyone individually themselves if that's worth it. So for Hobby Search, it's very similar, but I feel like it's not overstuffed, so I feel like the packing and shipping charge is reasonable. But they do something like this, so here's my receipt, of course. And then just lots of packing, and then we got the figures in here. So let's go into this. So the whole shipping charge and all this, because I'm not going to figure out shipping for individually. I got about 6 figures, like 3 scale figures, something like that. And it came out to, so this whole box of items costed me 55,000 yen. And then with shipping, it was 13,000 yen. So we got a grand total of 68,000 yen. So altogether, divvying that out with everything in mind, it was kind of an expensive haul. And then everything else was pretty much charged at the same time. So we got like maybe a 4-digit number going here. Now, as I go and unveil this figure, I definitely love the Odin Sphere series. I think there's a remake for one of the games who might be a prequel. Grimoire, maybe? I don't know. I can't remember. I'll put it somewhere on the screen. I'm so excited for that announcement. So hopefully to see more figures from kind of this series. But for Odin Sphere here, we got Oswald, and he's looking good. So Flair does a lot of plastic boxes for their figures, and that can be mixed opinions in the next decade if these boxes hold up. But you definitely can see with this figure that you know what you're getting. And so I'm really excited to have this. This actually released at the end of July, so 7/29 is the official release date I've seen, and there's not a set scale on it. It's like 1/6 or 1/7, something like that. But Flair has released only one other figure in this line, maybe 2, but Gwendolyn for sure is the same scale. So with an image to supply or help visualize this, him Oswald here and Gwendolyn, his kind of lover in the game, now can finally be together. So that is really nice to see. Not really a scene, but it's something, you know, two characters similarly together. I'm hoping that Flair kind of still continues to make more of the cast in this scale. It's much bigger than the Alter figures, so I'm really excited to have that. This figure costed 17,800 yen. So again, with shipping, something amazing. And so this figure is really cool because it kind of shows his Belderiever, has his cipher at the end of his Belderiever or his weapon. And then he also has the power in his other hand to transform. So it's been a while since I played the game, but I know a few things enough that I do love Oswald, and he's kind of a softie when it comes down to it, even though he's a fighter. So really excited to have that. Alright, so our next figure is a figure series I didn't think I would get into. So removing the plastic, of course, we have Kotobukiya's Bishoujo series, but from the series G.I. Joe. And I am not familiar with G.I. Joe really at all. I can't tell you when I've really played around and enjoyed or watched or played or any of that. So not knowledgeable about any of that. But I will say, I know what a good figure looks like. And I feel like this is something that I needed in my life when I saw it. So this is the limited version of this character, and so this character is Dawn. Is it Moreno? And the one thing that really captured my eye from this variant, from the last, so this variant comes with the alternate head, so it doesn't have a helmet, and you can see that Bishoujo look, and I really like that look. I've been following this series of Bishoujo for a while, and so this one, I'm like, yep, this is it. It has that Bishoujo look, looks sleek, and the coloring as well is different from the original, and so for this version, it is red and white, or white and red. And the last version was black. So what is white here was black, and what is red here is black. Is it black and red? Black and red, sorry. So I like this version a lot. I passed on the original because of the helmet. I didn't really like it. And then also the coloring was kind of boring. So oddly enough, I have there's 3 other figures in this line. So we got Dawn here. We got the Baroness, and we have Scarlet, and then we also have Lady J. And I don't have Lady J, but it's coincidental. I'm not tracking this figure series at all, but I do have the limited blue Scarlet. And then the other one would be the Baroness, and I can't remember what color that is. I think it's just metallic red. So I have those 2, and then I guess this one gets to accommodate them, and they're so colorful. I like the limited variants. Probably not true to the original, but I don't really care. I like how they look in their limited versions. So, and one thing about this box is it's really shiny. I like the gold reflective color on these boxes. I think it captures it. And I think these look even better than the typical Bishoujo boxes. So really like this style. Gives me comic book vibes. So that's really cool. This costed me 13,300 yen. So probably like $120, and then whatever the shipping is. Of course, this is 1/7 scale. I think all Bishoujos now are really into the same scale of 1/7. Except for the Tekken series, which was very, very 1/8. But one thing I'll say about Bishoujos as well, on top of that, is I really feel like they're worth their money. They come with a nice base, and a lot of figures are lacking bases nowadays. I feel like it's a plastic and clear thing, which can add or subtract to the figure, but I feel like for the most part, we're getting lazy. And so I'm really liking that this comes with a base, just has the emblem on it, and I think it's like dirt maybe, with, just kind of where the scene is. So really like that. She comes with 3 swords, one in the ground, one behind her, and one in her hand, something like that. And she's looking simple and good. So yeah, I'm happy to have her. And then once we get to kind of unboxing her, we can kind of put her with her other limited variants minus Lady J. So, alright, so with the theme of Bishoujo, I have 2 Bishoujos. I'm not lying when I like Bishoujos. So if you look real close, kind of right behind Lucario's head, I have the horror Bishoujo. It's got like 6 of them. And then I have more Bishoujos beyond that. So I have another Bishoujo here, and I'm so excited to have this one. And this is Mai Shiranui from SNK, or I think specifically this one is the King of Fighters 98 Dream something something. So this is very classic, very Mai. This, again, obviously is Kotobukiya, 1/7 scale. And this was a little cheaper at 11,700 yen. And this was released at the tail end of August, so considering that 8/30, August 30th, that is why this haul took a while for the invoicing and charging and then shipping and then finally getting here. You probably held up my haul, Mai, so I'm not gonna lie, I'll blame Mai first. And honestly, just looking at this box, if we get some close-ups here, the box is good enough to display her if you're into not unboxing them, because she kind of has a backdrop that you could probably take out of this box or just leave her in the box and display her as is. So I really like that. So that's cool. It definitely, here's like the, you got the Bishoujo art on the box, some close-ups, and then a lot of fighters. Who's next? Don't know. But kind of researching Mai a little bit, Mai fights with her ninjutsu, and she's definitely in pose, a little bit of a threat, and I haven't played the games, not gonna lie. It's been a while, kind of a classic, of course, but she definitely dances like fights like she dances, so I think that's very Mai, with her fan in hand, and her fiery techniques. All that said, I think she turned out really well. Again, unboxing coming up soon. She looks so good. And maybe we'll see more from this series. It'd be kind of ironic to see Andy Bogard from this series become a Bishoujo, because that's kind of her love interest, is what I've read. And so that'd be kind of fun to get more figures from this series. So we'll see. We'll see what we get in the next upcoming year. Alright, so the next few figures. I just got 2 Nendoroids and a trading figure series set. So we got a Nendoroid, and what do we have? We got Sango from Good Smile Company, and obviously from Inuyasha. So I don't think I actually have any other Inuyasha Nendoroids at all. This is probably my first one, but I have a soft spot for Sango because she's so cute in this form, and I'm not gonna lie, my trends and dictation on whether I get an Nendoroid or not comes with the accessories, of course, and so when I saw Kilala in here, I really couldn't pass up this figure, because even if I don't display Sango like I should, I can always take out Kilala, because she's so... Is it she? Is it he? I have no idea. It's been so long. But I can't wait to display the little animal here. So I'm just a terrible fan, but I love this Nendoroid. So besides Kilala here, there's kind of a scene that I think I probably should be investing in Miroku as well. She comes with a blushing face, and it's super cute. Creates kind of a love scene, a little romance. And then, of course, her weapon, and I think it's Hiraiko or Hiraikotsu. Horrible pronunciation, but love that weapon. And so I think it was completely worth it and necessary. And I'm not really quite used to this small box of Nendoroids, because I have so many Nendoroids that are in that bigger box. So this is really nice first space, this cute little box. So here's our next Nendoroid here, and it is from HighQ. And so this is Kuro Tetsuro. Kind of rhymes. But honestly, this is kind of the same thing. I'm not really into watching Haikyuu, sports anime. So no offense, but I love the characters in this show, and this is, I think, the second version of the release. So this is the second uniform version. And so I do have the first. And yeah, I did buy the first for the same reason I bought this one, and it comes with a cat. Yeah, you heard that right. I bought it because it has a cat, and I buy all the Nendoroids with animals. So kind of it can be viewed as a waste, but I do like the characters' look and style, and sometimes that's all you need to all the reason you need to buy a figure or a Nendoroid or whatever you want to buy. I like the look of this figure. He has this really cool smirk on his face, so kind of a fun faceplate, and I like his hairstyle as well. And then again, he comes with a cat, and also he's kind of a. I don't think anyone views this anime as BL because it's not BL, but for me, it's BL. I haven't watched the show. I watched it a little bit. It's super cute, but still, I kind of like these boy relationships. So even if it's not BL, it's super cute. So here we go. Tetsuro Kuro. Probably butchered that as well. Should probably watch the show when I have the time. But I'm really excited to have this. Alright, pretty much my last figure of this haul, and this is a trading figure series made by Mega House. So this costed me like 3,400 yen. And I think this really came out during the rage of Spy X Family because that is what these figures are. And I'm really excited to have these, but also not because I don't typically like to buy small figures. I really like 1/6, 1/7, even 1/8, but really the small stuff can kind of clutter your shelf. So that isn't my opinion, but at the time of this series, when it was streaming and debuting, it was so good. So I'm happy to finally see more than just this appearing as options for figures, for collectors to have their figure. But here is what one of the first things that came out and finally released last month, and that would be the Spy X Family trading figures. So this comes with 4 figures, and it comes with Damien, it comes with Lloyd, Anya. So a lot of figures in here. And they're just small, and they're super cute, but I will say one of the biggest reasons I bought this was because Lloyd was in here. I love Anya, but I am a super big Lloyd fan, so I'll be looking out for that. I think right now FurYou has a scale figure of him, so I might be diving in for that. Not a fan of FurYou, but I'm super excited that there's more figure options out there. And so, but he is kind of a man, kind of a juicy, delicious eye candy of a man, probably in the minority, but I really don't care. Super kind of a daddy. So let's, I'll probably unbox all of these, and then for sure I'm keeping Lloyd and Anya, super cute to have. So, yeah. All right, so my last not figure, but part of the haul here is a plush, and the plushes do matter because Lucario mattered. So I'm gonna say this Eevee mattered. So this actually came at a local store, and it's Target. It's Target of all places. They've been doing more plushes that are just kind of bigger. So this was worth noting, that this came into Target, and I had to hunt for this one because originally I saw it last weekend, which was, again, like that's 9, 10, something. Last weekend is like September 10th. So I saw it, I passed it up. I'm like, oh god, I don't need more of these. And then Lucario came in, and I was reflecting on all of my plushes, and I'm like, oh, I really missed out on that Eevee, so I came back and I had to hunt this Eevee down. But I'm so happy to have Eevee here, and honestly, this is looking 1-1 to me. This beats paying shipping prices and all that. So this costed $39.99, and I mean that's pretty cheap. And so this was made by I think Jazzwares, and that's kind of the the major distributor of the plushes, the maker, and it's really good quality. It's really squishy, different material for the mane, or the fur around his head, and then of course they did miss too much detail on the feet. But so cute. I would say this is 1-1 and it'll fit in with the collection. So maybe we'll see evolutions. I know they have those 1-1 evolutions. They're completely expensive now. Or they'll re-release those and I'll tackle that too. But otherwise, we got Eevee. I mean, I can't ask for too much. So here we are. This is the last thing. This is kind of the bittersweet end of the video. So, if you saw anything here you liked, let me know. What are you expecting? Maybe it's still shipping or you've already gotten it. I know I'm a big fan of Bishoujos, so that was a big part of my haul. So maybe what are your figure series that you're collecting? It could just be this series of Bishoujo or just maybe where it's coming from, like Odin Sphere. So let me know in the comments. Otherwise, look forward to some of these pretty neutral unboxings, and then for the next haul, it'll be next month. So we'll see. We're already halfway through September. So I will see you in the next one, and drop a comment and a like, and maybe even subscribe. All right? Thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.